Are we good to go? Yep, we are good to go, and we are live. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Doing some quick little technical checkups real quick. Glad to have you guys here. Per usual, got to make sure everything is working. OBS had a update. Camera was giving me some issues earlier this morning, but I think we should be okay. Alrighty. Cool. I think we're good to go. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to MTVTA. I'm your guys' host, Trent Manager. Welcome back. All my returning patrons, really glad to have you guys here. Of course, all my new viewers and new patrons, really glad to have you guys here as well. Man, what a great week. Absolutely. It's Tuesday. Just started. Hope everyone's having a great one. And, I know back to school this week for a lot of individuals. I know more on the West Coast, more than East. I know you guys start a little bit later. But, man, guys, another great week in the markets and a lot of other great news coming forward and lots of great things to cover today. I didn't know... It's kind of off topic. I didn't know Windows did this now. They have like all their. We're having just a terrible day in the stock market today. Just lots of different things going on. So we might cover that today towards the end of our stream. But first off, guys, let's get through some little housekeeping. Let's see what we are going to be covering today, topic-wise. We got some presidential out of the country stuff here going on. We got Colombia comes forward saying Bitcoin the most brilliant piece of software ever. Wow. I know that's not. I know everybody, or not everybody, mostly people who watch this video agree with that, which is pretty cool. Walmart is hiring a digital currency and cryptography product lead, which is also great to see. We had heard talks about that a couple weeks ago, but didn't really get confirmation on that. I think that was more on the Amazon side, but great to see Walmart actually putting that position out there. I actually did go into LinkedIn and kind of see what their requirements were, and we can check that out also if needed, if you guys want to look at something like that. And I got some questions if I was applying. I will not be applying, but I might apply just for you guys, just to see if I can get an interview, and maybe I could record it or something, so that'd be pretty cool. But Galaxy Digital files for Bitcoin Futures ETF, we're going to cover that more as we kind of go through our live stream today and kind of what that means. That's not what we want, but we're going to explain that when we do get to that. We're also going to go over Big Sky's Web3 Twitter integration. So we know that Jack Dorsey and Twitter have been very, very optimistic and looking forward for integrating Bitcoin wallets with Twitter and Web3 and the whole blockchain space with Twitter. I think is going to be the first social media really to have a big swing at this space. And also we're going to go over Microsoft and their Ethereum utilization for privacy, or I think it's piracy breaches, not privacy. That's really just what we got today for the agenda. Some really great ones, some really cool. We're also going to go over some play to earn, some more, for if you guys want to, have some passive income coming in. There are some plenty of games, crypto games that you can play. I know it seems like, when people are like, oh, you can make money play to earn, people do those advertisements online, you do those questionnaire clicks. It's nothing like that. It really is something, and we will get to that as we continue with our live stream. Also, guys, for the Patreon, just don't forget, I put a poll up yesterday, I think late last night. For those who are in the Patreon, don't forget to vote and kind of check in with this every other day, every 2 days. That's honestly what I say. I do post in here quite often, and there's some information like polls and other readings and things that I think are important for you guys to understand. But other than that, guys, let's really hop into it. That is all I had for today. So first off, we're going to hop into our first reading, which is the advisor to President of Colombia calls Bitcoin's the most brilliant piece of software ever. So Castro Sierra, advisor of Invin Marquez, the president of Colombia, called Bitcoin the most brilliant piece of software ever. And his reasoning, we've seen plenty of splits down south. El Salvador starting the big train for decoupling from the U.S. dollar in terms of how this is helping not first world country individuals really achieve financial independence. We've talked about it quite often on this channel, especially from a first person point of view of how it's bigger really than just making a ton of money in terms of having an outlet for the same financial freedom as you as I, and not having to wheelbarrow thousands of dollars to the supermarket to buy one loaf of bread. We really are blessed, especially here in the United States, and I know some other places as well, to not have to really firsthand experience issues like this, especially in your monetary system. So really how this is going to continue to stretch, this is really my forecast, how I see this going to keep going down south. You are going to continue to see mass adoption of smaller countries adopt this technology. You're going to see the integration for them, how they're going to continue to make job opportunities, continuing to improve their already existing infrastructure and continuing to scale with this technology. That's really just my outlook of how I think we're going to continue navigating this, especially in the South American region, all up through that, Panama, El Salvador. I'm trying to think what else is down there. Sorry, guys, my geography is not the best. I think Costa, no, not Costa Rica, man, but all that, there's a very small strip of land, that has a ton of individuals that, utilize this technology on a full scale. And I do believe all South America, such as Argentina, Paraguay, there it is, all of those either, those bigger land masses will continue to do that as well, bringing jobs such as, mining farms down there. And not only that, but continuing to utilize clean energy in those sense, and, continuing to shift the narrative away from, I guess, that dirty energy narrative. I haven't heard that in a while, so I know that's kind of panning out, and that's not really what it is anymore. But overall, this is another great move forward. We see high up individuals, politicians, presidential elections, hedge fund managers continuing to give their change of direction. And despite what the IMF says and everyone saying, "Hey, it's a bad idea. We don't support this," it really just doesn't seem to care. Even our market sentiment is very strong. I think we're sitting about like $47,000 right now. Anything above 40K, 45K, as I said, I believe we talked about it as well. It was a very bullish indicator. I think we said a couple weeks ago as well. We'd like to see us above these levels, especially the 20-week EMA line as exponential moving average. But realistically, guys, we're looking pretty good. This is something good to see, and I know this is helping, more than just making people, richer, in that sense, but it's giving people an actual equal playing field of the financial space, and I think that's awesome. So he continued. Currently, he points out the main focuses like we covered. He's aware of the hash rate, he's aware of the volatility, but he's open-minded. He knows that this space is getting more liquidity, and the reason we move the reason we're so volatile now is that we just don't have as big liquidity as the stock market or the bonds market. But of course, we're building towards that. We just broke $2 trillion in market cap again just last week. So actually a couple days ago, but. Overall, great guys. Another great reading from our out of the country friends and Bitcoin supporters. So really, really great to see. So we're actually going to now also cover our Galaxy digital files for Bitcoin Futures ETF. So I said at the beginning how this was not something that we wanted, but it's still something that we'll accept. But the reason that this is not something that we wanted, first off, let me get the cons out of the way, is that when you hear futures for ETF, and we've talked about derivatives and we talked about futures, and if you guys remember what futures are, it is the access of leverage trading and derivatives. So derivatives are just, if you, in a simpler terms, it's basically, think of like a big binder, and you just got a bunch of like those little clear plastic tabs in there, and you just like flip them through. So imagine all those like clear plastic tabs are like pretty much like loans over loans in a way. So let's say you borrow from John, and then John is going to borrow from Susie, and Susie is also borrowing from Kathleen, and Kathleen is also borrowing. It is a whole, repeating crazy cycle. So the reason we really did not want futures backed Bitcoin ETFs is because it is backed on the fact of trading. So leverage traders, people who are long in the market, short in the market. We've talked about liquidations on this channel tons of times, and just overall like market sentiment of how things can definitely navigate through here, especially with the access of leverage. And we don't want. We would have liked to see, or at least I would have liked to see, the backing of physical Bitcoin. So Bitcoin ETF, or not ETFs, but stocks and commodities that are actually backed by true Bitcoin, not by futures and pieces of paper that say, hey, this is equivalent to one Bitcoin. It just gives that more security in that sense. And I could see why they want to do this. And if you do kind of think about the big corporate game and how this plays out in their favor, it goes pretty well. It's backed by futures. You're going to get, if there is a dividend yield anywhere on this ETF, like the dividend yield could be pretty solid, in terms of giving, back to shareholders who just want to hold, in terms of, the market continuing to rise or fall. Of course, we know that, being a permeable or, a very optimistic person in the Bitcoin space is usually in your favor. We know that bears and people who are very negative about market sentiment, they win sometimes. They can, say, oh, we had our 60% drop, but ultimately in the long run, you guys understand that being bullish in this, especially Bitcoin, is you are ultimately winning more than you're losing. It's like going to the roulette table. You're most likely going to hit a green day than you are going to hit a red day. That's just the real truth of it. And if you don't believe me, you can just go look at the rainbow chart. You can go look at the whole inception of Bitcoin, no matter where you bought. Even if, I think only time is if you bought at $65,000, which was 3 months ago, 4 months ago, or whatever, you were not in profit. But if you bought anything before that, before 45 or anything at a threshold, you were somewhat in profit. So that's a pretty good percentage gap to me in terms of an educated investment. So even follow Gary Gensler's signaling files based on Bitcoin's futures may have a high chance of approval. It can be expected more firms will follow suit with their strategy. You can see why the SEC wants something like this, just so they can kind of get not only just their liquidity
commodity and futures, money in there, but also, try to, sweeten the deal with themselves in terms of, what they can squeeze out of this as well. So, we knew the big guys were coming, and we knew that they were going to try to put their own rules in here. But, what we also ultimately need to remember is that, we don't bend, Bitcoin doesn't bend the governments bend to Bitcoin and blockchain technology. That's one thing often that we forget about, that this is not something that we need to bend with them to. They need to bend to us, because this is not going away. So other than that, guys, it's great to see, anything where you see this type of regulation and seriousness taken in any country, especially the USA alone. I think the narrative now I think it has been for a while now that we are not going away. Zero is completely out of the option. We of course will have volatility as we continue to mature, but ultimately you are front running. You're front running a lot of big guys. A lot of big guys still haven't come to the green light bulb yet, and that's okay. But eventually it will bend in their favor, and they will eventually wake up. So great to see on the Bitcoin future side. And also, I think yesterday or 2 days ago was the day that Richard Nixon, he did the gold and currency amendment bill. I think it was where he removed gold from the international treasury, so the U.S. dollar was actually not backed by gold. So that they actually took that asset out of that class, and it was a big deal back in the 1945s, just because that was the main primary inflation hedge. So that was pretty interesting if you didn't know that. So awesome. We're going to go over real quick as well. Walmart is hiring a digital currency and cryptocurrency product lead. So we had heard about it a couple weeks ago, about a month ago or two. We had heard talks of Amazon, is Amazon going to start accepting Bitcoin, or, what are they going to be doing with blockchain technology? And if you're anything technical, you have known about AWS, automated web services with Amazon. They're phenomenal. They attack a ton of different businesses. IBM uses them. My work uses them. I've worked with AWS in terms of hosting servers and hosting different nodes. Not only just for blockchain testing, but for a lot of software engineering and other protocols and database stuff. It works really, really well, and like I said, Amazon is, not even like I said, I've said this in the past, but Amazon is an absolute beast in terms of attacking sectors. So Walmart was also in the chat of Amazon not too long ago when we had this conversation of kind of just rumors and just hearing stuff, but they did not officially come out and announce that, but now they are. So on LinkedIn, it is actually, on there. If we want to actually look up, here, let's look up Walmart cryptocurrency LinkedIn. Let's see if we can, sorry about my spelling, guys. Let's see if we can find the job description. This would be really cool to actually look at real quick. Awesome. Let's look at that. It comes right up. Awesome. So they're product lead. So let's see what they want from this individual. So we're looking for a leader who will own and drive the digital currency strategy for Walmart, identify customer needs, and translate them into product requirements. Let's go down to basic qualifications. I love how they put all these crazy qualifications. This isn't even possible. 10 years. Oh my gosh. That's there is no, I think Lily Satoshi, there are a very, very 0.1% of people who have that type of experience in blockchain technology, if anything. Seriously, Ethereum came out in 2016, full rollout. It is fully functional, by the way. So pre-qualified requisitions, MBA, of course. I love how they put all this stuff on here. They just want to weed out the people who are, BS, and I guess in a way, but ultimately, this is a real qualified position for anyone who has anything qualifications. I definitely encourage you guys to take the shot and do this. If I would of course apply if I was not working full time and had my position, I didn't have a bunch of other contracts and stuff under me, no competes and stuff. I'm actually not allowed to apply for this stuff because of information that I have from different companies and other people. So that's okay. It's not a big deal, but I really encourage you guys to apply. You already see 165 people have applied for this. Who would not want to take this into? You are the first person in your bracket to basically start this division. This is a phenomenal opportunity, I believe. And Walmart, great company. I love their stock. I love everything about Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart much anymore just because, I don't really like going to Walmart sometimes. I like some of their stuff. I just don't like a lot of their, main stuff. I won't really I'm going to be real. I won't buy meat from Walmart. I'm super weird with that, but I know people are going to hate on me for that. But other than that, guys, please apply. I'd love to see if any of you guys apply, please let me know, because I think this is super dope, and it's a great opportunity. I would apply for this if I could. I'm serious. I 100% would. So awesome, guys. That's a really good one. We love seeing Walmart continue to thrive out of here. Let's see what else. I'll make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, job post out after one Amazon interesting in showing cryptocurrencies. So this is another big catalyst, guys. Seriously, we were talking about if Amazon were to come out and say, hey, we're accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum for our purchases, that's huge. That's pretty massive, and that would give us another big leg up, I would imagine. Just like Tesla gave it that huge leg up when they said they were accepting cryptocurrency on their balance sheet. But regardless, we don't count on these guys until they actually really do something and it's set in stone. But the what ifs, it's not what if anymore. anymore. It's just a matter of when. These guys have been working behind the scenes for years, and there's a lot bigger legal battles and other things they have to facilitate in their company policies versus you and I, who maybe run a small business or just by ourselves. It's not a big make or break for us. This could easily boost their sales and make things a lot easier for them and their tracking, but also could be a lot more difficult than we think for integration. So it's definitely a win-win for us. We got nothing but time on this side. And also going over to Audis is cryptocurrencies and their integration with TikTok. I thought this was actually pretty cool. So I actually had sent this to a buddy of mine. A lot of my artists, so for all my artists out there, people who are doing music, entertainment, anything along those lines where you're rapping, singing, anything hip hop related, or of course audiophile related, anything along these lines, I would definitely check out Audis. And there's a couple of reasons we're going to get into that as to why we think that is going to be important. So with their integration with TikTok, Audis is a cryptocurrency. It's under the ticker of Audio, and it is a decentralization audio platform for creatives and individuals in the hip hop and community music sector, for them to not only share their music on this platform, but also have a decentralized and non-monetization, and also a play to earn system. So if say you're popular here in AZ, or you're popular here in the United States, I know deadmau5 and a lot of those other EDM guys and a lot of other artists have switched over to here and brought their followings with them, and it seems to be going very well for them in terms of how the censorship is down. You don't have to worry about, I don't think you really have to worry about copyright issues on there since it is decentralized. I'm gonna have to double check on some of the small information I'm saying, but all the broad information, of course, is very accurate. But the way that things continue to govern on here is they're giving back to creators. Every retweet and post, deadmau5 really right there. Skrillex apparently is on there as well, which I wouldn't be surprised about that. Is backed by the audio token. The creatives are able to earn passive income from their streams, just like Spotify, but a lot more. It definitely, and I know Spotify and Apple Music does this too, but it's very big in the content creative community, especially in the music, that Spotify and Apple Music don't equivalently pay out accurately of what they really should pay you. I know it was like what was it, like 1 million plays for like what you get, like $100 or something, or like $200. I know it's not very good, but the cool thing about audio token is that not only are you getting these audio tokens for your contribution and your votes and your consensus on the chain, but also if you're a creator, you can continue to get money back from your plays. Your following, people can tip you, just like Twitter's integrated so frequently now. And with TikTok now, with the integration of them now, that I believe from what I read and how this is going to be governed now, is that the integration with TikTok is going to be use the audio integration. I know on TikTok, if you guys use it, it bonds together in a audio, and then you choose it and it plays at the bottom right and it tells you like what the song is. So of course I would imagine that as they continue to integrate with TikTok, there would be a kind of a tip system in there, and then of course I would imagine that maybe the protocol would take the plays from TikTok and integrate them in your personal audio token file. So if you're getting plays on TikTok, then of course it's going to translate to going on to audio file. That's just my belief. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but from what I read and from what I see, that's exactly how they're making it sound. Even just hear a quote: traders are hoping to catch in the future price rise, but nobody knows the coins that will gain traction and that will sink without a trace. Of course, it's always a risk. It is, however, a gamble based on the pure speculation about digital currency coin with no reliable validation. Of course, cryptocurrency speculators are constantly looking out for the next big thing, which they hope will find a great trajectory from Bitcoin did in the earlier days, and it seems to be increasing numbers that these gamblers are taking on the bet with audio, she said. And honestly, yeah, it is. All this stuff is 100% a gamble, and we know that. But we've seen what educated gambles can do for you. You guys have seen it. I've seen your guys' stories, what you tell me, and of course, that's why we hop on here, to give you guys these opportunities, to possibly catch these things before they do take off. Because I do believe firmly that there will be a lot of projects that will not make the cut, but there will be a lot more than people think, and there will be some that people didn't think will make it, and there will be some that people thought were going to make it and didn't make it. It's definitely a matter of if you think and you believe morally and of course with your mind that this is something that's going to do well, then that's probably a good investment, because you're not the only one who thinks like that, most definitely. So that's just definitely my 2 cents that I put in the pot here. But realistically, guys, this is really cool. I think this is really awesome. I sent this to a good buddy of mine. A lot of my artist friends that used to do music videos and cover art a lot back in the day still do here and there, a lot of graphic design and so on. But this is awesome, guys. It's whopping 109% the past 24 hours, which is crazy. That was probably from the TikTok integration news. So I don't see. We're gonna keep an eye on this, and we're gonna keep this under our wing for sure. So awesome, guys. We're also gonna move over to BlueSky from Twitter. This is actually the second branch off from Jack Dorsey's decentralization Twitter that Aave and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. For those who don't know, just go back and I'm very good at the descriptions in the video, so you can go find and easily find these videos where we do talk about this stuff. But Jack Dorsey's came out with Project BlueSky that has been integrated for decentralization of social media. We saw Aave come out and say, hey, we're actually working on this too. And of course, we're going to have the main big boys, the guys who actually want the product on their platform, Twitter, and of course, they're working on it too. So how this is, from what we know, from the light information we do know, this seems 2019 seems like a long time ago that this has been in the works, but realistically the real gears haven't started kicking until now. The way this would definitely work is the same way that you would have here, same Twitter layout I'd imagine, and everything moving forward, but you have the decentralization in play. Individuals have no censorship, and algorithm tweaks will not be permitted. More of a consensus mechanism group. For those who don't know really what consensus is, it is the vote group of the channel. So for example, let's just like for school example, you got pod A, B, and C. Of course, you would have your consensus mechanism in the middle. It's probably a lot easier if I draw it. But every group or majority of the group has to agree on changes or implementations that happen in the consensus mechanism. So that's how decisions are made. Since there's not one overruling entity in these consensus mechanisms to say, hey, this is it. You guys have no say. I don't care what the vote is. I'm saying it, and that's how it's going to go. Versus, of course, everyone collectively coming together and voicing their concerns or giving out ideas, and of course voting yes or no if that's something that they want to implement within the ecosystem. And that's of course how changes are made and updates are made throughout the chain code and so on. But realistically, how we're going to move back to this and how this is probably going to work is the exact same way of at least how the algorithm theories are going to be processed. There's a lot of things that still need to be cleared up, but we know that Avi is working on it, and of course we have Jack working on it here. I love being in this space because we really are on the cutting edge of technology, and there really sometimes aren't answers that I can give you guys in terms of what this means, or I'm sorry, what this is going to mean going forward, or what this is going to do for the integration system now, or how we're going to scale, et cetera, et cetera. You can give an educated gamble or educated guess, of how things are going to go, but of course no one knows exactly how things are going to pan out. But that's really what I love in this space, is really being on the tippy toes, cutting edge corner of, pretty much tech, besides the military. We don't know what those guys got, but realistically in terms of civilization, cutting edge tech, you're right here if you're in this space, sitting here and learning about this type of stuff. Let me check chat. I don't think I had any chat today. Let me double check. I've been talking for a while. I have no idea if there's been any chat. Awesome. I think we are all good. Cool. But awesome, guys. Other than that, we're going to be moving forward to our play to earn system. We have talked about this a couple weeks now. This is like the third week, I believe, we've brought this up continuously. But the reason I bring it up is because it's really, really important, and that's exactly where I think we're heading. So if you guys don't know like how much the gaming sector is worth, you can just do a quick Google on it, how much the esports gaming sector is worth. I think we're beaten out. I know for a fact that it was beaten out pretty close to a lot of, actually majority of major sports. Here, actually, we're going to have to look this up. I got to look this up. $1.08 billion. This is just from Google search. I'm not sure how good Google search is right off the bat. 50% increase from, oh my goodness, $1.08 billion. So to grow as much as $1.62 billion by 2024, and I believe we're gonna pass that like quicker than we actually think. My gosh, that's crazy. I mean, I was talking to a good buddy of mine too. Like, I don't see any reason why this won't be in the Olympics here soon, or like this won't be like a, like a whole thing. I know this Olympics, we added a ton of different Olympic events that were never in the Olympics. As we continue to progress forward as a civilization who likes competition, and anything entertainment related, I don't see why we would not want to watch Team Gold USA take on like Team Russia in like Rocket League finals gold match. Like, could you imagine how insane that is? Like, if you guys watch esports, you guys know how crazy like esports is to watch. Like, I will sit there and watch esports for hours straight, and it is so entertaining, and it's so the skill that brings to the table is unreal. Like, people think that stuff's easy. It's really not. Like, it is seriously not. These guys train just like real athletes, and they are real athletes. So before I got off topic, the gaming space is huge. The play to earn system model we've talked about plenty of times of how if the game is free, or whatever the product is free, they're giving you the product for free. You are the product. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We've known that for years now. But definitely coming into the blockchain and crypto space now, the giving back for individuals now using their products and their games and their services, the way that they can get paid out through these systems is now activated, you can now, of course, earn passive income, playing games, giving reviews, giving bug updates, feedback in terms of the developers, what, you would like to see, and so on. There are just, man, like there really is money everywhere in this space, and there's so many different avenues you could go for becoming overwhelmed. And I know it can be overwhelming for which way you'd like to go. You got the NFT space, you have the play to earn space, you have just the general investing space, you have altcoin gambles and picks. You have, man, there's just so much going on, and I know it can be overwhelming. So I think a video that I'm going to do is we're going to kind of just we've done a couple of them, but we're going to just really narrow down the sources, really chapter by chapter, and see which one really is more appealing to you as a person, and kind of which sector you would like to attack and which niche kind of fits you the best. But here are some of them right here. I got a couple listed. Blockchain adoption. It tells you the monthly transaction, 2.5 million in Splinterland. Let's see what else. Community gaming is another great one as well. Some of these I have done. I will be honest, I have not done community gaming. I don't think I've done. Actually, I have done Splinterland. I'm lying, because this is exactly like Hearthstone. If you've played Hearthstone before, awesome at me, because I play Hearthstone a lot and I like that stuff. Big nerd on the card games. Xayah, I haven't heard about that one, haven't done that one yet at all. They also give descriptions here. Let me link this in the chat for you guys so you can easily just take a look at that if this is something you would want to do. I would highly recommend you guys just go take a look, and if it's something that you like, go do it. Like seriously, there are stories of people grabbing NFTs from games, and those NFTs exploding in value. Being from, you got it for like $5, maybe from putting tokens in a game, and then that NFT goes to 10x's. It goes like $5,000 or like $10,000 or $2,000 even. It really is you don't really have anything to lose when it comes to these with these type of outlets and games and passive income ways. Fortune Jack, I haven't done this one either. I haven't been too deep into this, but from the reviews I get from individuals who actually do this and what they show me, it's pretty impressive. I'm usually blown away. It's like, hey man, like how long did you play this game? Like, oh dude, I played for like 2 hours. Like, oh wow man, that's crazy. Like, holy crap. It's actually awesome. But I just like to throw this on the table for you guys. That's really all I like to do. I just like to unlock critical thinking doors like in your head, and how you can have this move forward, and this can become easier for you to integrate yourself in this space. And lastly guys, for our last topic today, we're going to be covering Microsoft using Ethereum to prevent piracy, which I think is interesting. I feel like piracy is I feel like it goes more than, I always think of like movies and stuff. I don't really think of like information and like serious data, but they've come out. We know Microsoft, a tech giant. It's crazy that you would think that Microsoft would not want to touch this technology, but they do. They've been doing this for quite a while, and this is something that they've been working towards, and they've got to get integrated. So they're working on for it, and they got their own security breaches and their own blockchain back stuff in the background that they don't mention a lot, which is very surprising. But I can imagine they got lots of competition, overseas, and not only just in the States, but of course around the world. You got tons of companies who are utilizing, going for that top spot in whatever sectors they're attacking. And most IT sectors attack a lot of industrial and different sectors already in their current space. So really, I think how they want to utilize this is continuing. I think it was more of a license piracy. So I don't know about you, but it is so easy to just get a copy of Windows from your current Windows machine, and like if you pay for another license key for Microsoft, and you like have to pay if you're building a computer, like to transfer your OS over or whatever, and you're buying like multiple keys on Microsoft like to use on a computer, like don't do that. Just stop that, because like either DM me or do something. Like I have tons of copies of like Windows keys. Like I don't think it's illegal. I don't know if that's illegal. I don't know if I should have said that, but whatever. It's too late now. But how they're moving with it, it's great to see just big dogs like this continue to stick their nose in and get a smell, because they're here. And there's only so much they can release to us, but it is obviously over the past months we've been doing this, over the weeks and days, we see the tables happen every single day. Maybe more so with me than you guys. I know some of you guys don't look at this space every day, but every single day I feel like just the mind, I just see like just imagine a head turning like every like half a centimeter every day, and like you're just going to look at like what you're supposed to look at. Like it really is amazing to see how these guys just flip their catalyst. They see competition attacking this, they see their co-workers talk about this, or they just see it engulf them to a point where it's like, all right, like this is something we need to pay attention to, and I don't know why we weren't paying attention to this so long ago. So that's really all it is. We continue to evolve, and I feel like a broken record sometimes. I come on here, I feel like I come on here and just like repeat the same circle points, but that's really what it is. It is the education portion of our journey of innovation, and it is also not only just the education side, but it is now the small and big integration time. So Here's a couple ways I like that. But also, here's another list as well for play to earn, guys. Here, let me link this for you guys as well. There we go. That's another great list for our play to earn. So if you guys want to go straight to those sites, gives you ratings and kind of some more in depth for how you guys want to navigate that. But other than that, guys, I think we are all wrapped up for the day. We dropped a lot of information today. That was quite a bit. But I think that's I think it was great today just to get everything out there. Everything I thought that was important. Passive income streams, any other ideas, and so sorry, guys. Oof. Anything else that could definitely help you guys navigate this and kind of just continue to find your place. There's a lot of great things out there to attack and explore, and I hope you guys enjoyed it today, and I definitely enjoyed reading this and bringing this to you guys today. But awesome. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Be a lookout for any other videos throughout the week. I do leave on Friday. I go to Eugene for Oregon for some work stuff, so I will be out this weekend. So I will be giving some updates before I leave out this week in terms of readings, postings, videos, any extra things that I think are going to be important for you guys to take care of over this weekend. So we'll continue to look at the markets and watch market sentiment, but I think stocks are getting hit pretty bad today. If we were to look, let's take a look. Let's look what we got today. I like how Microsoft does this now. They got like a little portfolio manager down there. Let's see what we're looking at today. Yeah, we're just pretty bloody day today. Pretty overall red day today. S&P down 1.5%. I know there's a lot of Afghanistan stuff going on. It's really sad. That's all. Just a lot of. I don't like to bring too much politics stuff in here at all. Actually, I don't do it at all. But I think we could definitely all agree that that's pretty sad. So, alrighty, guys. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on